All right, Bonnie, let's talk about the OCMCA Road Show. What is the Road Show, and why and how does the OCMCA facilitate them?
Well, the Roadshow really is to get out there and talk with the actual crews, not just EMS coordinators, not just administration. We really want to get to the people that do the work on the road every single day and answer their questions, really specifically answer their questions about what they think about protocols, state law, PSRO, the MCA in general, and how they fall under the MCA. Because a lot of personnel, they don't even know that they work under the Medical Control Authority and have a privilege to do so. And so we decided to kind of put together a PowerPoint to answer all those questions. But then we really kind of just say, what do you want to know? We have a really good program, but we want you to ask the questions so that we have the answers for them. John, what else?
We do it because a lot of providers have questions and have always had questions on why we do the things we do. Why do we write reports for specific types of patients? And we come in and we answer with the state law and the Oakland County protocol, national standards. We let you know what is law and what is recommendation and what is best practice so that the agencies can make decisions on what directions they want to go with their policies, and providers have a complete understanding on why those policies are in place so they can better do their job and they understand the rationale behind it.
We started this about a year and a half ago. We have so far been to 13 life support agencies to date. We have more coming up today and next week, and more scheduled into September. And we go out multiple times to some of the LSAs so that we can hit all of the personnel while they're on duty. And that really makes it much easier for the agency. It's worked out really well. We've gotten really good feedback so far.
So with 49 different agencies in Oakland County operating as EMS agencies, those are private, those are municipal, those are fire-based, those are all EMS-based, those are professional, those are semi-full-time. There's a huge spectrum of agencies and providers that occupy the Oakland County EMS system. I would say that although we have the same high level of care, we work with the same protocols. Going on calls where I work is different than where John used to go on calls, is different than where my buddy Bob down the street in a totally different city goes on calls. So I can imagine that this conversation tends to mold to the conditions of those providers and elicits more details, because a problem or a solution in my neck of the woods might be different that you face somewhere else, no?
Absolutely. And that's why we have a written format that we go in with, but we go, all right, this is for you. What do you want to know? What are your barriers? What are your questions? What are your resources? And we go from there and answer the questions they have.
For the most part, we have a PowerPoint, but all that PowerPoint is a conversation starter. Once the conversation starts, we don't care if we touch the PowerPoint again.
Fantastic. And if I'm an EMS coordinator or even just an EMS provider going on calls, and I think this would be valuable for my agency, how can I go about getting the OCMCA to do a roadshow for my crews?
Reach out to the EMS coordinator, have the EMS coordinator get a hold of us, email us, call us, whichever, and we'll schedule it. And we try to schedule it around their time where they're doing trainings. So if it's, 8:00 in the morning, or if it's 6:00 at night, we try to work it into our schedule so that we can hit those times and dates where they're actually doing training and make it easier for the life support agency.